Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, Bashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plaintables Capital Philly. This is Israel is a speckled bird. So amongst the 12 tribes of Israel, originally, we all, look similar. We had brown skin and dark brown skin. But as we got scattered throughout the nations and, men took wives of other nations, certain of our family lines became more fair skinned. All right. Now your nationality is determined by your father. All right. All right. When you look up genealogy, it's always, it names all the men because that's how you declare your lineage by your father's house. Let me get that real quick. Numbers 1, I think it's 18. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. All right, look at pedigree. Got Yalad. Which means born, bring forth, birth of a child. Born, day of birth, to declare one's birth. All right. And, all genealogy, you look at it in the scriptures from the Table of Nations to the righteous line, it's all men. So that's how you determine your nationality. All right. So all right. Jeremiah 12:9, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field to devour. Come to devour. All right, because the other nations prophesied to put us in slavery and destroy us because we went off from following the Lord's commandments. All right, so it says, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. A marked or covered or marked with a large number of small spots or patches of color. Look up inheritance, property, inheritance, heritage. All right. We got Nakala. All right, who's the heritage of the Lord. Deuteronomy 32:9, for this is a good chapter. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. And then talks about how the Lord protected us and sheltered us. And we worship him and him only, Yahweh. All right. And then later, Yahweh Shai was manifest to save us from our sins. All right. Speckled. We got Tazabawai. Colored, variegated speckle, exhibiting different colors, especially as irregular patches or streaks. All right. So we know that when Israel comes back to their heritage, all right, they're not going to come all looking like, Acts the 13th chapter. All right. This is Acts 13. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch, certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Nigger, and Lucius of Cyrene and Manasseh, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. All right, so Barnabas and Simeon was called Nigger, which means black. It's a Latin word for black. Let's just get it real quick. Niger, Latin. Surname of the prophet Simeon. So they're not all going to come looking exactly like, Peter and the 12 disciples, all right, which became apostles. All right. Well, except for Judah, and he was replaced by Matthias, if I'm not mistaken. All right, which was called. All right, there we go. So the inheritance is Israel and the speckled bird. We can go back. Variegated. All right, different colors. All right. So it's the curse, Deuteronomy 28:25. Yahweh shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. This is if we stop from worshiping the Lord the way we were commanded to. If we stopped, thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shalt be removed into all kingdoms of the earth. All right, and then we going to be put to death and die, and won't be able to stand before our enemies. And that's what happened. We were sent out through all the nations of the earth. All right, and we mingled ourselves with the inhabitants of the land. All right. It says James 1:1. James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Scattered, we got diaspora. This means scattering, dispersion. That's in general. In context of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. All right. Which they converted to believing on the Lord. All right. So he's talking about the same exact people as Christians scattered abroad among the Gentiles. It says converted Israelite. Right. Because the letter was written to Israelites that were converted to worship in Yahweh Shai, instead of just being concerned about the law. They believed on Yahweh Shai. So the letter was written to the believers, especially concretely and definitely conclusive, the converted Israelite resident in Gentile countries which are scattered abroad. So this shows you that Esau, or Lord Rothschild, those were the Rockefellers, they don't control the Bible. All right, or else this wouldn't have been able to be put in there. All right, Israelite converts, because the Israelite converts are the Christians in the Bible. All right, and you had some of them that mingled themselves, that took Edomite or Japhite or Arab or Ishmaelite wives. All right. And they came out like a speckled bird. They were very varied colors. Some of them were dark brown, some of them were light brown, some of them were more fair. Israelites, residents in Gentile countries, converted. All right. So they were speaking the language of the land, and they took wives that were not Israelites. Some of them, and some of them didn't. In Septuagint used of the Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. All right, so the point is they're going to come out looking variated in color. Variegated. Exhibiting different colors, especially irregular patches or streaks, speckles, or freckles. All right. Now I got coats of arms. This is Wolfgang son of Gruninstein. All right, this is in the Book of Nature on the color line. He was a prince in a section in Germany. That's the best I can interpret it. It was a neighborhood or a city or a province in Germany. I believe the Holy Roman Empire at the time. All right. He was a prince of that area. Wolfgang Von Gruninstein. He's a so-called black man. All right. And his family, you can see, either his daughter or his wife. All right. Because each coat of arm is, unique to the family. But the coat of arms contained similar things, which is the centerpiece and the family members. All right, let's see. Coat of arms. Coat of arms, the heraldic visual design of Eshketon, shield, surcoats, and tabard. All right, the coat of arms on, let me get that pronunciation.
Escutcheon.
Escutcheon forms the central element of full heraldic achievement. Full display and depiction of all heraldic components to which the bearer of the coat of arms, which in its whole consists of shield, supporters, attendants, sometimes referred to as attendants, figures, objects usually placed to support the images. Crest, motto, the coat of arms is traditionally unique to an individual person, family, state, organization, school, or corporation. The term itself, coats of arms, describing at times just heraldry.
Heraldry.
All right. It says rows of arms or coats or collection of many coats showing. It says they have been a source of information for public showing and tracing the members of a noble family and therefore its genealogy across time. All right. So that's one coat of arms. All right. Deuteronomy, did that James? All right. Alright. So the coat of arms meaning says the distinctive heraldic bearing of shield of a person's family, corporation, or country. Alright, in this case, I believe this is a family. Alright. So the heraldic achievement. So the coat of arms is displaying the achievements of the particular person. An achievement is a thing done successfully, typically any effort or courage or skill. So that's what's being displayed on the coat of arms when you look at the coat of arms. And this is also in the book of Nature Knows No Color line. So yeah, something to do with Roman Catholic Church, something to do with some military, and it's his family here, and they don't look, Neger or Negro. They look more fair-skinned. So this is all the achievements. Well, it's like military here, or royalty in the middle. All right, so back to Jeremiah. My heritage, 12:9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. Because Israel, our ancestors went off from keeping the laws and worshiping the Yahweh and started worshiping idols. So here it's being described that Israel is of many colors. So, when considering, someone, consider that not all Israel is going to look exactly like Isaiah. It's like Acts, the 13th chapter, looking like Peter and the disciples. Fair, dark brown skin. And looking like Constantine. What's Constantine? What I showed you yesterday. I believe he was the emperor. That's his title, if I'm not mistaken. Looking dark brown like that. All right, they're going to come fair skinned. That's inheritance. We got talks about why colored, variegated, speckled. Different colors. All right. Course of achievement. I read that. All right, so that brings us to the end of the lesson. All right, coat of arms bear the achievements in the family, well, all the achievements, which including your family. In the coat of arms, Israel is going to be a speckled bird. The reason why we were scattered amongst the nations because we didn't keep the Lord's commandments. We didn't continue to worship the Most High, so He scattered us among the nations. Now He's drawing us back to Him through the Word. This is judgments on Judah's enemies. Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, which is the nuclear fire, it's going to destroy Babylon. Before the fierce anger of Yahweh come upon you, before the days of Yahweh's anger come upon you. It's going to do that through the Lord and through His angels, such as Michael, the archangel. So arch, I believe, means warrior or fighter, roughly. Seek ye Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought His judgments. All right. Which is what, the law. All right. And the teachings of Yahweh Shai. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of Yahweh's anger. All right. So that is the end of the lesson. Hope you edified. Shalom.